Revenge films.
My name is Satomi. I grew up in a poor, single-parent household, so I used to be bullied a lot when I was a kid. I still get sick to my stomach whenever I think about Rikako, who was the primary bully of her class. But thanks to my mother, who worked her ass off to send me to college, I'm able to live comfortably now. And I recently got married with Tomihisa, who used to be a coworker of mine. And my life seemed to be going really well. But my mother was getting pretty old, and it was becoming difficult for her to take care of herself. That's why I went back to my hometown to look after her one day. But that's when I ran to Rikako on the streets. And when she recognized me, this was the first thing that she said to me.
Hey, Satomi. Long time no see. Hey, I have a question for you. Are you guys still poor? I remember that when we were kids, you guys were so poor that you couldn't even afford toilet paper. And that's why you guys were wiping your asses off with tissues, right? Remember that?
Rikako had a huge grin on her face. She seemed excited to be able to bully me again, but that's when she noticed that I was wearing brand new clothes from expensive brands. That's when she let out a huge sigh and said,
That's ridiculous. You think those clothes are going to impress me? I bet that's the only pair of expensive clothes that you own. It doesn't even look good on you, you bastard.
And after saying that, Rikako walked away with an embarrassed look on her face. After that, my husband and I decided to move in with my mother. She was worried about how I was doing at my workplace, so I smiled at her and said this. We're an IT startup, so the work hours are pretty flexible. And you know what working from home is, right? Well, that's an option for us, and I'm planning on doing that from now on. And I started my company with my friends, so I'm kind of my own boss. My husband joined our company a bit later, but he's an executive at the company, so everything should be fine. I occasionally had to leave home for a few days to go on business trips, but for the most part, I was able to stay home and look after my mother while I worked from my home office. And now that we're going to have 3 people sleeping under the same roof, we're going to need a bigger house. And that's why I bought a brand new home that was big enough for all of us in my hometown. And because my husband is into expensive cars and owns 2 of them, all of our neighbors treat us like we're a bunch of celebrities. And Rikako probably heard one of our neighbors talking about us because she started picking on me again. She didn't like the fact that I was living comfortably now because she was so used to seeing me suffering from poverty. And one day, I heard from one of my friends that Rikako was saying this about me.
Satomi used to be the biggest nerd in our school, and no one liked her. She used to be really poor too, but now she thinks she's better than us because she's married into a rich family.
None of my friends took her seriously though, and the rumors didn't bother me that much. But a few days later, I found out that someone unexpected had heard these rumors and believed them. I was coming home from a business trip that day, and I got home earlier than I expected. That's when I noticed that one of our cars was gone. My husband's supposed to be home, but he might have gone out for a drive. My husband is famous in the city for being an executive at an IT startup. He always liked being in the center of attention, so he's been telling all of his friends and neighbors about it. To be honest, we have completely different personalities, but because he likes bragging about himself to others, he would often go out for a drive in one of his expensive cars to show it off to everyone in the city. And a few hours later, I heard the revving sound of an engine coming from outside. I guess my husband's finally home. I walked up to the window to see if it was really him, but that's when I saw this.
I had so much fun today, Tomihisa.
Rikako came walking out of the passenger seat.
I had a lot of fun as well. We get along quite well, don't we? I feel like we have pretty similar personalities.
Well, I definitely agree with that. I'm not like your wife, you know? I've always been popular ever since I was a kid, so maybe that's why we get along.
Rikako knew exactly what she was doing. She was flirting with my husband, but wasn't done there. She approached my husband and kissed him on the cheek. My husband didn't act surprised at all, and he put his hand around her waist. The kiss went on for what felt like minutes, and I was so shocked by what I saw that I couldn't even move. What? Is he cheating on me with Rikako? You got to be kidding me. I couldn't believe what I was saying, but I knew that I was going to have to accept this reality eventually. And so, I went to a private investigator the following day and asked her to collect evidence for my husband's affair. And once I had all the necessary information, I went up to my husband and said this. What the hell were you thinking, honey? I trusted you, but you betrayed me. How could you do this to me? I thought my husband was going to get down on his knees and apologize to me, but I was wrong.
You're the one that betrayed me. I really trusted you, you know?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, don't play dumb with me. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I married you because I thought you were a talented businesswoman that started her own company. But turns out that you used to be bullied back in high school. That's pathetic.
What? My husband seemed like he was being dead serious, which confused me even more.
The fact that you were being bullied suggests that you were at the very bottom of your school's hierarchy. Am I wrong?
My husband gave me a look of disgust.
Look, I've always been popular no matter where I went. I always had a lot of friends, and even though I didn't study a lot, I was still able to graduate from a decent university and got a job at your company. And now, because I'm liked by everyone that works for you, I'm an executive there.
Whoa, hold on. Are you blaming me for being bullied back in high school?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. To be honest with you, I've always felt that people who get bullied deserve to get bullied. Most of the time, they're getting bullied because they have mental problems or aren't fun to be around. And if that's the case, then a few wedgies might be exactly what they need.
Does he hear himself right now? He's speaking complete nonsense. So what you're trying to say is people who get bullied because they have problems that they need to resolve?
No! Did you not hear what I said? I said that people who get bullied deserve to get bullied. They're completely in the wrong. And Rikako told me all about you, you know. She told me that you used to be a loser back in high school and that no one liked you. So that means that you deserve to get bullied because of your internal issues and...
I don't remember what my husband said after that or how the conversation ended. I just remember feeling devastated, knowing that the person I trusted most in this world had cheated on me with someone I despised. But that's when someone from my friends helped me to recover from my deep sadness. These two are the friends I started my company with, and they're the closest friends I have. They were furious when they heard about what happened, and thanks to them, I was able to gather my emotions and get started on the divorce process. And a few days after I got a divorce with Tomohisa, I heard a rumor that he was getting married to Rikako soon. And a few months later, today is the day of Tomohisa and Rikako's wedding. They're both well-known figures in the community, and hundreds of guests are attending the ceremony. Rikako and Tomohisa chose a huge wedding venue to accommodate all the guests, and today was supposed to be the best day of their lives, but there was a look of worry and disgust on their faces. After noticing this, I decided to go up to Rikako and have a word with her. Congratulations on your wedding, guys. It's great that you're finally marrying the former executive of our company. You must be so happy right now, Rikako. After saying that, I laughed in her face and sneered. But that's when she walked up to me in her expensive wedding dress and grabbed me by the collar. I managed to knock her hand away, but that's when she said this.
God damn it! I can't believe that you were the CEO of his company. You tricked me, didn't you? I should be compensated for this.
I didn't trick anyone. You made a mistake by trying to date my husband while we were still married, and now you're paying the consequences.
Damn it, who do you think you are? You're a poor loser, and you can't do this to me.
Rikako then ran up to me to grab my dress again, but that's when she stepped on her own wedding dress and fell onto the ground. When she finally got up and looked around the room, she noticed that everyone in the venue was laughing at her. You might think they're cruel for this, but they're laughing because they all know about the fact that Rikako and Tomohisa had been having an affair, while Tomohisa was still in a relationship with me.
Please, Satomi, you have to let me work at your company again. I beg of you.
Tomohisa didn't even help Rikako get up on her feet, and instead begged me to rehire him.
Please, Rikako, I don't think I'll find another job that pays that well, so please, I really need you to do this for me.
Yeah, you have to do this, Satomi. You fired him without cause, so you owe this to us. Don't you think you've done enough damage to our lives?
Shut up for a second, all right? I've got this. I don't need you to make the situation any worse.
What the hell? I'm trying to help you out here.
And that's how a huge fight broke out between them. I couldn't deal with them anymore and decided to head home. And just 3 days later, Tomohisa and Rikako got a divorce. Rikako tried to sue me and make me compensate her for ruining her life, but her lawyer told her that the lawsuit wasn't going to go anywhere and that the court was going to laugh in her face. And now that Tomohisa and Rikako have made a huge mess, everyone in the community knows about what they've done. I also decided to hire my own lawyer and seek compensation from Rikako and Tomohisa. I'm planning on suing them for $30,000 each. And because our house was owned under my name, Tomohisa is now homeless. He managed to move into a tiny apartment with Rikako, but they're still having a hard time paying the bills. And because their parents know that they had an affair with each other, they're unwilling to help them out financially. A while back, Tomohisa and Rikako came to my place and apologized to me.
I am so sorry, Satomi. I shouldn't have bullied you and made fun of you for being poor. I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm sorry as well. I shouldn't have cheated on you.
Their shirts were worn out, and I could tell that they hadn't showered in days. I was about to laugh, but I was also able to compose myself and told them this. Well, I guess you're poorer than me now, Rikako. Sucks to be you. And looks like you guys have been going through a rough time. Come on, smile. I thought you guys were supposed to be energetic and fun to be around. I felt my heart healing when I saw Tomohisa and Rikako frowning. I guess I can understand why bullies like picking on people that are weaker than them.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.